So, part of looking at this self discovery process that we're going through, it's important to look at the second step of this, which is the power of purpose. Why is this so important to look at? Well, it's important because it opens up possibilities for you to explore and to start living your life with purpose. So, what is it? What does having a living with purpose actually mean to you? What's the difference between a mission and a purpose? Well, in my opinion, that your purpose is your reason why. It comes from the inside out. It's the driving force. If you like, it's your purpose is about doing. Mission for me is about arriving, but your purpose is about doing. It is something that's beyond you, that makes a difference, that gives meaning to your life, and possibly it's about being a contribution. It's something beyond your lifetime. Now, that's quite a big statement. So it's kind of out there. But if we can expand our thinking and expand our vision, when it comes from a place of purpose, we are unstoppable. When we think of people like Nelson Mandela and Malala Yousafzai and Greta Thunberg, Sir Tom Moore, and possibly Sir Bob Geldof, all who driven by a sense of purpose. And these people are famous. We know them. They're in the public eye. But when you think of them, when we think of how they act and how they are, what is so inspiring about them? Just asking you to think about that. What is it they're driven by? And it is often something that's happened. There's been a defining moment in their lives that has caused them to change how they view life, what's important to them. And it became, for example, my mission to find my voice after years of being suppressed. But my purpose, my overriding purpose from my experiences and defining moments in my life is to liberate other women around the world from self-imposed limitations and to find their inner voice by inspiring them to step up, speak up, and in doing so, inspire others to do the same. So for me, the purpose of life is living a life of purpose. And it is ultimately the rocket fuel for any endeavor. When we think of inspiration, inspiration lights the fire, but you need a purpose to get up in the morning. It is that fuel that keeps you going when you get challenges, knockbacks, rejection, the things that could knock you off. When you think about the people who are living a life of purpose, the people I've just mentioned, you know that there is nothing you can do to knock them off their mission, their purpose, their way of being. It is how they are and who they are. It gives them a reason and a meaning in their life. And wouldn't it be amazing if we can find that too? But it is a process. Can you have more than one purpose? Well, possibly, absolutely. And often people say to me, well, my purpose are my children, is my children. And I'd say to them, well, what happens when they fly the nest? When they go, what's left? Possibly, and we fill it with another purpose or a mission or a goal. Maybe your job, your role in your organization, your business is your purpose. But it's what is it that is the end result? What is it that you're trying to achieve? So here's the 7 steps to discovering your purpose. And we talked about already the possibilities. Now, what would you attempt if you knew you couldn't fail? Now, this is vital to just understanding that we are so limited by our beliefs, to take the lid off, to just literally look at the possibilities. If I couldn't fail, what would I try? What would I attempt? Okay, so that's step 1, to start expanding our vision, our ideas, our possibilities, take the lid off. and take the ego out of the way. The second step is perhaps it is about what is unique about you. Or McKinsey talks about your spike. So one way of discovering our purpose is by looking at the possibilities, but then saying, well, what do I love doing? What is it that I do that when I do it, I know I do it well, that I absolutely know that I'm unique in that. It's the flow that I feel. I feel I could do it forever. The second step, or third step rather, is I raise you. What do I mean by that? Is I challenge you to just give yourself that little extra to say, well, okay, you're saying that you could achieve that or you would like to achieve that, but if you could just raise the bar slightly, what could you attempt? Yeah, I'm just saying break the glass ceiling that doesn't exist. The next step is persistence. When we start to explore, look at our purpose and wonder if we might start to pursue it, we might start to action things, and we might find we face rejection and challenges. And my message to you is to persist, to keep going, keep pushing, keep flowing in it, if you know, maybe not pushing but flowing through it, and to persist to discover what you're truly made of. The second, or the next step is about opportunities, is to look for opportunities, to grab the opportunities that are in line with your purpose. So what do I mean by that? Well, when we put ourselves out there and say, well, actually, maybe I could achieve that, we're now setting an intention. We're saying, what if I could? And so we're sending out to the universe or anywhere we like to think the possibility. Yeah. Now opportunities are going to come our way. It's like saying, I've never seen a yellow car. And then all of a sudden we're seeing yellow cars. Why? Because our mind is fixed on thinking about yellow cars. So you see yellow cars. So when you think about opportunities, they will come your way. And the idea is we've got to grab them with both hands, even if we're not sure if they're going to be the right ones. We need to look at them. We need to also see ourselves, envision ourselves living our purpose. What does that feel like? What does that look like? What are we doing? Who are we with? What are we impacting? Who are we impacting? How are we being with people around us? What are we achieving? How do we see ourselves? We need to explore. And I've touched on that. But once we've decided we're going to find an opportunity, and we may not know if it's the right one. And trust me, as we get older, we're less likely to want to take a risk unless it's the right thing. And how do we know? Well, the only way that we will ever know that something is truly our calling, our mission, our purpose, is to start exploring it and then expanding it, and to start to really take charge of actioning some of our instincts, following our instincts, and getting out of our head. And we know how to do that. 3, 2, 1, just go. Happiness, as Elle Nightingale says, is the progression or progressive realization of a worthy ideal or purpose. I think I've added there. Yeah. So that is happiness. That is how do you want to live your life?